This podcast features immature people talking about very mature content and is intended only for adult audiences. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Christmas episode of The Pen is Mightier, the world's greatest and probably only audio fan fiction and erotica competition. I'm your host, Paul J.P. Hark! The herald angels sing as three competitors enter the ring, and they are here to make you come, O ye faithful. God. Greatest intro ever? Possibly. All right. Firstly, we have a stand-up sketch comic and improviser who's performed all over the place from here in Canada all the way to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and you can also check out her custom embroidery work at Pinhead Embroidery on Instagram. It's Glenys Marshall!
Woohoo! Woo. Hi, everyone!
Next, we have a sketch comic known for his work with Cookie Biscuits and the co-creator of the animated comedy Jack Computer. It's Christopher Seeney.
Hello, everybody!
And lastly, we have the host of the award-winning sex and sexuality show, the Bedpost Podcast. It is educator and entertainer extraordinaire, Erin Pim.
Oh my goodness, thanks for that lovely introduction, Paul. Hello, everyone.
You're very welcome. I'm so excited to have you all here.
Happy to be
here,
buddy.
So excited to be here, yeah.
Awesome. For the benefit of our audience, today these performers are going to go head-to-head, presenting readings of erotica in hopes of winning the approval of the others. And along the way, we're going to play a couple of short games for a little bit of extra credit. And at the end of the episode, we will all collectively decide who we think has done enough to be named the winner. And the theme of this week's episode is Holly Jolly. It's the holiday season. It's the holiday episode. How are we all celebrating in these trying times? Chris, you doing anything special?
Yeah, I'm drinking Irish cream in my coffee every day. It makes me feel so festive. I'm really enjoying it.
Excellent, great.
Yeah.
Glenys?
I personally, instead of taking something like an online class or anything to better myself, I'm just following a lot of history TikTok accounts. A lot of linguists on TikTok, so I'm just going through their content right now and pretending that I'm, gaining any sort of knowledge for that. Okay. That's how I'm celebrating is treating myself to some knowledge.
Okay. I'm just about 30 years old, and I didn't know that history TikTok was a thing.
Oh, science TikTok, history TikTok, language TikTok, it's all there. Entomology TikTok, like bug TikTok.
Ooh, actually, entomology TikTok sounds really interesting.
It's awesome. Just learned about like a snail that blows like mucus bubbles out of its nose and then uses those bubbles as a raft and floats around on it for its whole life.
That's
whoa, were we supposed to be sexy already? Because
But this is why I love when people are just like, oh, you people on TikTok. It's like, do you know about the raft mucus snail? Do you know about that? Because I do. And it was by Poopy Bum 246 who taught me. So, fuck you.
It's not Professor Poopy Bum 346?
He has a PhD in Poopy Bum. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Poopy Bum.
Well, Mr. Poopy Bum was my father. Please call me Dr. Poopy Bum.
I'm Poopy Bum 241. My father was Poopy Bum 240.
I far surpassed my father at this point.
The 241st member of the proud Poopy Bum clan. Do I have to get TikTok now?
I think
so. I think everybody should.
I think Glenys talked me into it.
I can talk you into anything.
Oh.
As you'll soon see here.
Are we flirting with each other?
Well, before we get too far into that, let's remember it's a competition. We are looking for one of you to defeat the others today, and I don't know whether or not that's just going to ratchet up the tension a little bit higher. But, different people handle it differently.
Like the sexual tension, you mean?
hey, people handle it differently.
Yeah, Paul, when did you stop calling it the Coctagon?
I think I've referred to it as the Coctagon on at least 2 episodes. So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I really like head to head to head.
I also was down with the heads happening earlier.
Never too many heads.
No, yeah. More the merrier.
Here's the thing, Chris. I didn't want to overuse the phrase Coctagon, but I'm starting to think,
Maybe I should.
maybe I should. I said it again a couple episodes ago, and it felt good. I don't know why I'm denying myself these small pleasures.
Yeah. UFC doesn't stop calling it the Octagon. They love that.
Oh, all right. You know what? Welcome, everybody, to the Christmas Octagon.
Thanks, Paul.
There we go.
We put up tinsel. We've put up baubles in the cage. I'm excited to welcome
Yeah, thanks
you
for
all
having us
inside.
in your cage, by the way.
Yeah.
All I can
For a
think
cage,
is
it's very unventilated. But you were right, masks would get in the way.
Yeah.
I was
we
thinking
gotta
cock
keep things
cage.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
thought chastity cage. That's where my mind goes. But
I don't know if we'd all fit at the same time is the thing.
in our
If we're-
individual chastity devices, we could all do it together.
I guess, yeah. It's less cozy.
Yeah, that's sounding more like a puppy mill.
Then you've
And less
never
like-
worn... Which is another kink that I'm into. Puppy play. I'm really excited, everyone.
Oh my
See,
god.
Here's the thing. A lot of what I know about people's interests and kinks is stuff that I have gleaned from reading a lot of fan fiction and running this show in one form or another for about 5 or 6 years. But Erin, you were actually like a sex and sexuality educator.
Yeah.
And the depth of your knowledge is far beyond what I'm ever going to know.
Oh, it's deep. It's so deep. Oh, the depth.
How deep is it?
I love to be in a room full of people when they're shouting that at me. That's like one of my favorite pastimes. But yeah, no, I do a lot of kink education. Nowadays, I do it via Zoom. I teach classes about kink, and I do like kink consultations with couples and with just, single people as well. And you will see the depth and breadth of my intellect, my sexual intellect in my story, I think. I've really, made it really smart, real smarty pants like. Yeah, it's not dumb at all. Not even
The
a
depth
little
and
bit.
breadth of my sexual intellect.
Yeah.
And you'll see that I'm hesitates. Smart.
Dot. SMRT.
Awesome. I am so excited to see what all 3 of you have brought for this seasonal jolly episode. Is it going to be cleaner and more family friendly than other episodes? I don't know. I'm banking on probably not. But we're going to start off and see where we get. So our first story today is going to be read to us by Christopher Seeney.
All right. Paul, I know you said these things are better without a lot of preamble.
Well, some performers like to surprise our audience.
Yeah, I'm going to really lay it all out on the line. No, just the reason why I chose this one. Because I used to do your show at the Social Capital MCU Improvised.
Yeah.
And I've been missing that, so I wanted to find a good MCU-themed story.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess that's all the preamble. So not that much.
Well, thank you for what you did give.
Thank you. So this is by Bakugan Boy 99.
Yes.
Good name.
Yeah, it's called Avengers Assemble. And I'm just going to jump right into it.
Awesome.
Now, after all that, I'm going to jump right into it. It was Christmas Eve in Avengers Tower, and everyone was busy getting ready for Santa Claus. Black Widow put up stockings. Iron Man plugged in the Christmas lights. The Hulk, being the tallest, put the star on top of the tree. Nick Fury sat in his favorite chair sipping on the hottest cup of cocoa you've ever seen. Thor used his mighty hammer to smash walnuts. Captain America sang holiday songs. Spider-Man was in the kitchen cooking food. Hawkeye, Vision, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, and Scarlet Witch were also there.
Hang on a second.
Just covering all the bases.
Yes.
Everyone was there.
We've got everyone there. We've got everyone mentioned. But Hulk being the tallest, putting the star on top of the tree, like half of the people you just mentioned can fly.
Yeah.
I think this writer was going for like a abominable snowman putting the star on the tree at the end of Rudolph.
Oh,
It's a perfect parallel.
If
Sorry,
there could
Ben,
be
it's
like
my
a
fault.
song playing in the background of this opening scene, Chris, what do you think would be playing?
I mean, I picture a holiday twist on the Avengers theme, like something like bam, ba, 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 bam, ching, 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 like that's the jingle bells. But I'm sure Paul will find something equally as good when he puts a backing to this.
Oh, absolutely.
Public domain.
Woo!
Something public domain, so not that.
Oh.
All right, where was I? Oh yeah. Oh, this is where the great part to interject, Paul, because this is where it gets going.
Okay.
At that moment, Loki and Thanos appeared.
Oh my God.
Hear me, Avengers, the Mad Titan said. I was visited by 3 spirits, and now I am a changed man. Then Loki said, I too have changed. But he said it with a British accent. And with that, Loki and Thanos started kissing. It's a Christmas miracle, shouted Thor. And without taking his lips away from Loki's, Thanos raised his hand and snapped his fingers.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, Hawkeye found himself with Black Widow. They were making love and enjoying it.
That's always good.
I've snapped your inhibitions away, shouted Thanos. Then Iron Man and Captain America started making love too. Hulk found Ant-Man, and they both started passionately making love.
loving that height difference there.
Well, Ant-Man can grow. Like, he can
Ant-Man could just go inside. Ant-Man could just go in.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
also
missed
be
opportunity. Nick Fury and Captain Marvel made so much love. In a 3-way lovemaking session where Black Panther, Vision, and Scarlet Witch... I think I read that weird. In a 3-way lovemaking session, there were Black Panther, Vision, and Scarlet Witch. I said it the same way twice. All right.
Nice try. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Thor put the handle of his hammer in his mouth and went, mmm. Just then, Spider-Man walked out of the kitchen holding a Christmas feast. There was turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, carrots, Brussels sprouts, turnip, squash, ham, cranberries, parsnips, asparagus, peas, gravy,
Keep
couscous,
going.
bacon,
Oh, yeah.
waffles,
Keep going.
cheese, chili, porg, spring rolls, gnocchi, jalapeno
Spring rolls?
smokies.
Yoki.
Yoki.
Yeah, and basketed egg yolkies. And more. Much to Spider-Man's surprise, all of his friends were making love with each other. This is nice, he yelled, and then he pulled out his penis and masturbated.
Nice.
On your left, it was Falcon. He flew in with Doctor Strange to join in and make love to everyone. Pepper Potts and Happy came in and kissed each other before making love.
Oh, yeah.
Stan Lee showed up and played Oh Holy Night with the Wasp on the piano, and then they made love. Meanwhile, in the basement of Avengers Tower, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Defenders, and all of the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. made love when the DC Universe showed up to also make love.
Obviously.
Off in the distance, a slight jingling of jingle bells could be faintly heard. Everyone stop for a moment, said Vision. Do you hear that? Yes, said Ultron. And just then, out of the Avengers chimney, popped good old Saint Nick. Merry Christmas, he bellowed. Merry Christmas, Santa, said everyone. I can't tell you how happy I am to see everyone getting along and having fun in such a festive holiday way. You've given me the greatest gift of all, and truly are Earth's mightiest ho-ho-ho heroes. Then he made some love and flew away. The end.
Oh,
Made some love.
made
Oh,
made
that's
some
great.
love.
I love all
Well
the
done,
love making.
Yeah, a lot of lovemaking.
A lot of love
I loved
making.
the food portion. I loved how the DC universe was about to come in and shake it up, but they just joined right in instead.
Yeah, nothing happened. Nothing new happened.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
sneaking it in that Ultron was also there.
Yep.
Bakugan Boy was like edging us the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, some writers like to escalate their story, not
this
Bakugan.
guy.
No. It's just
Like,
like,
you know what?
it's too much, Bakugan Boy. Please stop. Bakugan Boy
food.
said no.
It's so weird that of all the shit that I've heard on this show and all the shit that people have said, that first time I heard the phrase from you, "made love," was like kind of uncomfortable. It was like, oh, like, that's not how this usually happens.
Made love.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I like to keep it clean, but also a little risque.
Well, I got used to it eventually. So.
Yeah, like some would say, like you're like, yeah, I get it, and this could be bad.
Thinking of Bakugan Boy as like, the traditionally horny preteen writing this, I imagine that he wrote this, then in the middle got really hungry, and then got back to writing.
That's a good read.
That is a great, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's
an
Bakugan
excellent
Boy
theory.
99, so I assume that's his year of birth, and that he's a 21-year-old at this point.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But
do-
and Bakugan's not that old, so I don't know when this was written, but it's got to be in the last couple of years.
Oh, that food interlude though was so funny.
That was great.
My
And
favorite
Spider-Man
part,
was
hands
holding
down.
all of it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was
Wow.
thinking. Like, he was holding the feast, like he was holding a table.
Yeah, he entered holding a feast. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess he could. He has the proportional strength of a spider, so...
So he's
I
just
mean,
like
if
has it
anybody
on
could.
his back, just crawling into.
I think just both
That's
hands
one
on
way
the
to do it.
biggest tray.
Oh man,
Yeah, I wish we had
Wow.
more detail
This is
about how
nice,
he
he
managed to
said.
carry it.
This
this is
Yeah, this whole
nice.
thing could have used a little more detail, I would say.
This is nice.
It did just barely tell us what was happening.
Yeah,
Really.
classic fan fiction, nobody goes into any real detail. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
It's the classic superhero team-up problem of, putting in too many characters and then you don't have enough time to flesh out all of the characters in the field.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Except they had time to flesh out. Am I right, you guys?
Yeah. There you go. That's an excellent addendum, I think, to the story.
Well, thanks everyone for letting me read that.
Well done.
Golden,
done,
yeah,
Chris.
Chris.
Thank you.
That was great.
A wonderful story, very well read. So I think with that, it's time to move on to our first bonus game of the episode. And this is a new game that we haven't played on the show before, but I'm very excited to introduce. This is a game that I call Family Rude. I've conducted some surveys online. I've conducted a little bit of research with the help of anonymous folks, both on the Pen is Mighty Ears Facebook page, as well as on reddit.com. I have come up with a few categories, and I would like you to try and guess the top answer given, the most popular response in each of those categories. It is similar but legally distinct from Family Feud.
Nice.
So for each of these categories, I have the top 3 answers, and I want y'all to compete and see who can guess the most popular. So the first category that I have for you today is, what did the denizens of the internet think is the sexiest Christmas carol?
Oh.
Oh, holy night. Holes. Hello. Holy.
Oh Holy Night
Oh,
came in
holy night.
number 4.
Oh man. Was it chestnuts roasting on an open fire? Because nuts. And then Holly, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. That's pretty
Oh.
sexy.
You're nipping.
Yeah, nipping, both like nipping as like a biting and nipping as in nips.
Nice.
See, I like your reasoning behind it, but unfortunately that one was not statistically significant in the survey
Fools.
results.
Fools, all of them.
I'm
I'm-
going to go with Santa Baby.
Oh.
Santa, is that a carol, really?
It is at my house.
I guess not.
My mom
True,
and
what
I
constitutes a
would sing it.
carol?
It's
I mean, it's a good question. Santa Baby, I think it's a Christmas song for sure, but I think in any sort of reasonable reading, you couldn't call that a carol. Like
A carol.
you can't
Paul,
like
you could
go to
just say I'm
somebody's
wrong,
door.
all right?
You can't go to somebody's door and sing that, with like 10 of your neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
let's say Silent Night. Maybe the person's gagged. Maybe they have a ball gag in their mouth.
Ooh.
Silent Night.
That one's also not up there. It's not in our top 3. You
Frosty
guys are
the
coming up with
Snowman.
such great explanations. Frosty the Snowman is not one of them.
No explanation needed.
Blue Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas.
If Santa Baby's not a carol, neither is Blue Christmas.
Oh, come on.
Blue like blue
Blue
balls.
Christmas has earned its stripes. Blue Christmas has been around for a mighty long while and could definitely be sung by a team of carolers, I think.
All right, I'm gonna start seeing if I can lay in some answers here. The
Away
third
in a manger.
That's funny.
the third most popular one is not one that I would be able to sing off the top of my head, but the title did make me giggle, and it is "Come Thou Long Expected Jesus."
Jesus.
Whoa.
What is that?
I don't know, but it was the third most popular.
Crazy.
We definitely got like some Christian freaks in this Reddit tag, you know what I mean? Like very pent up Christian
That was like the
people.
sluttiest title I've ever heard.
Yeah, sorry, what was that title again?
Yeah, say it again, but
Come-
slower and lower. Slower and lower.
Slower and lower. Oh boy, I think is the register of my voice is just kind of high in general.
Do your best.
Come. I can't do it. My throat hurts so much.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Come, thou long expected Jesus.
Come
Oh,
thou
yeah.
That's
long-expected
insane
Jesus.
that that's the title of a song.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
edges. Confirmed.
Yeah, I get it now.
It's been
Okay,
edging for 2,000 years.
I'm going to just say then, "Oh, come all you faithful."
That is number 2.
Hey! Anything with "come" in the title, I guess.
Yep.
All right, O come, Emmanuel.
There we go.
Now, our number 1 answer, we're gonna say Erin wins this category because our number 1 answer, I don't know really why this one was so popular or why people thought this was the sexiest one, but it was "Carol of the Bells."
What?
Again, I don't really consider that a carol.
Carol of the Bells.
It literally has Carol
It
in the
says
name.
Carol in the
Chris.
title, Chris.
Yes.
It's the
You got
Carol
me
of
there.
the Bells.
Is that dun 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 dun?
Yeah.
Is that? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
Sweet
just the
silver
rhythm
bells.
of it.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells. I'm reading the lyrics, by the way. All seem to say, throw cares away.
I'm just saying, good luck trying
Yeah.
to sing that one at someone's doorstep.
True.
Ding, ding dong, ding dong. That is the song.
Yeah, pretty much.
Joyful ring. There you go.
I don't
was
know
like,
what to
where's
tell
the
you.
good stuff? Ding dong,
It does-
ding dong. Is
It has the word "dong" in it. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, ding dong,
Dong,
ding,
ding,
dong.
dong.
That's what it is.
Dong.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. Here we go. Oh, how they pound. Oh, how they pound, raising
Whoa.
their sound.
Oh.
O'er hill and dale, toweling their tail. Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Okay, we got there.
Merry, merry, merry,
we-
merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh, how they pound comes in twice, by the way.
Whoa.
Oh, how they pound. Oh, how they pound. Raising their
intense.
sound. Mamma mia. Okay. Yeah, you win.
Yeah, no, that's
Wow.
hot as fuck.
All right. Maybe we'll have some better luck with our second category.
Also, gaily they ring is in there too, just
Nice.
to throw
Okay,
a
yeah,
cheap
that's
one in
pretty good.
there.
Gay shit. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Our second category is sexiest representation of Santa Claus.
Oh my god.
So various Santa Clauses from movies, cartoons.
Or Bad Santa.
Bad Santa did not make it up that high.
Why?
Probably because he's gross.
How dare you?
I mean,
I'm gonna say this is kind of modern, but I'm gonna say the Santa in Rise of the Guardians. because that Santa
Ooh.
was a Russian. It was covered in tattoos.
Is that the one voiced by Alec Baldwin?
I actually don't know. I really don't think so.
I'm thinking because I just want to be sure.
But that's my vote. That's my vote.
Yeah, actually, that was number 4.
Nice.
Okay, great. People are smart.
Pretty
People
good.
are wising up.
I said Bad
Glenys
Santa,
guessed.
and
Okay.
Paul insulted me by saying Billy
did
Bob Thornton
not.
was not attractive.
If anything, I insulted Billy Bob Thornton, who in that movie
Well,
is
I feel
playing
very
a very
attacked.
gross character.
So,
I'm not a big fan of Billy Bob Thornton, but mostly because of his character in Love Actually.
Ooh.
Because he plays
Yeah.
the president, and he's a.
you gotta watch him in Fargo. He's
I'm
so
gonna go
hot
with
in that.
Oh, he's very good in Fargo, even
Yeah.
with the
That
sort of-
bangs, those bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, still so hot.
Still.
Bangable, am I right?
There you go. We're still looking for the top 3 sexiest Santa Clauses.
Okay. Is it the original claymation Santa Claus?
It's not.
Okay.
No,
Just
people
thought I'd
didn't
check.
find that one especially sexy.
Is it the Frosty the Snowman Santa Claus where he has like that weird connection with the wizard that steals Frosty's hat? Is it that one?
No, unfortunately. You know what? I'll give you a hint. All 3 of these representations are from the last 5 years.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Isn't there a hot Santa? He's like a model. He's kind of an older dude.
Yes.
People just call him Sexy Santa or something.
Might you be
Yes.
talking about Fashion Santa? from
Fashion
Yorkdale
Santa!
Mall?
Yes!
Fashion Santa was the 3rd sexiest Santa.
Ooh, okay.
Fashion Santa who hung out at Yorkdale Mall here in Toronto.
My
Woohoo,
friend did
represent.
my friend did a shoot, like a photo shoot with him, where he modeled
cool.
with Fashion Santa. Yeah,
I hope he's nice.
I think he is.
It's always nice to hear that your sexy Santas are nice Santas too.
It's the best we can do so far.
There were 2 Santas that were voted sexier than Fashion Santa.
Did anybody
I'm
hear
gonna
me say
Ariana
Kurt
Grande.
Russell?
Did you say Kurt Russell?
Yeah, but right before I cut out, I said Kurt Russell in Christmas Chronicle.
Kurt Russell in
Oh.
Christmas Chronicles was the
Ooh.
number 1 sexiest
Oh,
Santa.
well done.
Fuck yeah!
Well done, Chris.
Well
Thank
Chris
you.
is going to take this category. The 2nd sexiest Santa was Anna Kendrick as Noelle Kringle in Disney's Noelle
Oh.
Yeah.
from 2019, just last year. This one's going to be really, really tough to guess. Maybe I think you all are probably going to surprise me here. The last category was worst Christmas themed pickup line.
Hey, girl.
Is your chimney sooty?
Have you been?
Hey, girl.
Have you been? Not. Have you been? Are you on my nice? Are you on my naughty list? Because I like to give you some cool. Oh my god!
Some coal?
I'm gonna mute myself. That was the worst thing I've ever done.
Why would they be getting coal?
Coal is like comforting. I don't know.
Coal's not sexy.
It's because they were naughty, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
So I'll say that variations of, you've been naughty this year, or are you on my naughty list? That all came in at number 4.
Okay. Why am I always number 4? always the bridesmaid.
Always the 3rd bridesmaid.
I want to say something about like milk and cookies.
Ooh,
Like they're.
gross.
I know, yeah. Something like that, though. Something about, come get these cookies, baby. Or, boy, do I have some milk and cookies for you later. Something bad.
I guess there were a couple that were voted sort of more uncomfortable even than that.
Hey, want to jingle these bells?
Oh,
Ooh,
yes,
it's
please.
a good one, but it's not on my list.
Where is this list from, anyhow? Why do we trust this list?
I want to put my presents under your Christmas tree. I'm just going to rattle off a few.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see what we get.
I want to hang your stockings up by the fireplace.
Ooh, actually, that one's pretty close.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So stay in that vein.
What
wanna
about,
fill-
like, am I a snowman? Because you just made me melt.
Aw,
Something like
good.
that.
Ooh.
Some about melt.
I'd go out with you.
Yeah.
You said
No,
that.
see, yeah, I don't think
See, I
that
don't
one's
care
bad.
about this
think
list.
that
See, I
one's
don't
kinda-
care about the list. I care about Glenys.
Thanks, Sarah.
And you should mark me accordingly, Paul.
Hey, do you want to get out of here?
Do you want to put our mics on mute?
No,
Do you want to log off?
your two are the stories we haven't heard yet. I need you to stay.
Are we flirting?
I'm going to say yes.
The third worst Christmas themed pickup line was, "Let me take a picture of you so I can show Santa what I want for Christmas."
Oh, I didn't know where that was going, but I felt very nervous halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like
that.
that.
And
As a
then
woman, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I
Sort
did
of-
like.
No.
another
didn't like
variation
that.
was somewhere that people didn't hate as much for whatever reason was, if a man puts you in a bag in the middle of the night, it's
Whoa.
just because I told Santa that I wanted you for Christmas.
Good.
Which I thought was
Lord.
much worse.
I'm sensing a pattern.
I forgot that these were supposed to be the worst Christmas
I
pickups.
also
Word
forgot
versus-
that.
yeah.
Right. You're right.
So that was the third worst, was "Let me take a picture of you." The other two are not as... well, that's not true.
They're all terrible.
The second worst is still pretty creepy, in my opinion. The second worst one is, "Why don't you come sit on my lap?"
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, "Come sit on my North Pole." That's an even better one.
Yeah.
No, see, I think
It
like,
doesn't
at least
get-
that
well,
one
you know what? Yeah. No,
has a
that
little
doesn't
bit of
make sense.
wordplay.
The other one's just bad. Yeah.
This one is just
No
something
double
that, like,
entendre, nothing.
Yeah. And the worst Christmas themed pickup line was, "I'm gonna stuff your stocking."
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah.
A resounding ew from Glenys
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty bad all around. I don't know. Again, what was our favorite one from there? I thought there were a lot of really good guesses there. I liked.
Our favorite pickup lines?
I don't know. Yeah, like I liked Erin, the one you suggested of the snowman like melting.
You're
your
making
heart.
me melt, baby.
It was actually kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an even better one. Am I
okay.
a snow... Or wait, let me think it out.
Think it out.
Are you a... Are you... No, this is worse.
No,
Are you... Okay, yeah, no, I'll get there eventually. Are you a snowman because you're melting beside this fire pussy? Something like my pussy's on fire. And you're melting because you're a snowman. And then something about fireplace too. You better back away from this fire. Okay, I'm done. That's it. The end.
Oh man. I think off the back of that, I'm gonna give the point to Erin for that category as well. Which I think makes Erin the winner of the game.
Oh, that's so kind.
Congrats.
Erin is our winner of the first ever edition of Family Rude.
Now I get it.
Yeah, see?
Good one, Paul.
Yeah, we just need some context. All right, great. So, with that in the bag, we can move on to our second story of the day, and that story is going to be brought to us by Glenys Marshall.
Thank you so much, Paul. So the story that I've chosen is by Dogger Wolf,
Oh my.
and it's called "Lovers Roasting on an Open Fire."
Cannibalism.
This is a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer based fan fiction. It is between Rudolph and what I thought. Well, because in the original like stop motion, it's Rudolph and Clarice are like the two love interests there. But for this one, it's going off of the newer version, which is Rudolph and Zoe. So I see Clarice in my mind. I see like the original like felted Rudolph in my mind, and I will be using that voice throughout the novel. So just gonna start it off right now. So yeah, here's Lovers Roasting on an Open Fire by Dogger Wolf. It was December 25th. The Christmas party was underway. Everyone was happily celebrating the flight Rudolph had saved. Rudolph was standing next to Zoe. He picked up a candy cane, placed it in his mouth, and began to take in the sweet, minty flavor, taking away his exhaustion from the flight that he led.
Gosh, I always knew a flight would be exhausting,
He told Zoe.
but not this much.
Zoe giggled and kissed his cheek. I'm just glad that you made it home okay. Rudolph's nose glowed, which I think is like slang for Woody in this case.
Oh.
just in a little a reader's note there. Zoe yawned. I'm getting tired. I should head home. My parents want me to return before they do anyway.
I'll walk you.
Rudolph said quickly as he bit down on the candy cane. You will? Zoe asked.
Sure, I need some time away from this.
He opened the door for her and they headed for her house. They looked at the other repeatedly. Zoe was mesmerized by Rudolph's handsome physique. His scruffy blonde hair at the top of his head, his muscle, his red nose, his medal of valor draped against his chest.
Medal of Valor.
That's Santa Claus. Rudolph was lost into Zoe, her beautiful face and sweet smile, her amazing body, her slender legs. A thought came into Rudolph's head, a thought that he had to ask Zoe.
Zoe? Are you still dating Arrow?
He asked anxiously. Zoe thought for a moment. No, I dumped him at the reindeer games, but during your flight, we became friends. Rudolph was relieved, especially because Arrow didn't taunt him again. He and his cousin were now good friends. Why do you ask? She said.
Oh, nothing.
Well, have you noticed someone you really like? She felt like her heart was ripped out as she asked this question.
Oh, I've noticed someone who I've liked for a long time. I'll tell you when we get to your house.
Zoe felt anxious. When they reached her house, Zoe walked in and stood in the doorway. Thanks for walking me home, Rudolph, she said sweetly.
No problem, Zoe.
He smiled warmly. So, who is it you like? She prepared for the worst. He suddenly wrapped a hoof around her.
I think I should put it this way.
Then he lurched forward and kissed her. Zoe was surprised for a few seconds. Then she sunk in. It was soft. Then it got more intense.
Oh, anything to shut him up. I'm
Zoe
sorry,
wrapped
the
a foreleg
voice is killing me.
around Rudolph's neck and deepened the kiss. She pulled him inside and they landed on the haystack in front of the fire. They kissed passionately, filling the other's heart with each second. Rudolph's red nose shined brighter than the fire.
Oh yeah, baby.
His light shined in Zoe's face, warming her to the core.
Whoa.
Carefully, he let the tip of his tongue move up and touch her smooth lip, and she immediately opened her mouth and let his tongue venture in.
Whoa.
Rudolph never felt so happy or energetic in his life. As for Zoe, she couldn't believe that this dream she had for so long could have come as real as it is now. He then pulled away and began to nibble on her ear. She moaned in pleasure. Then he moved down to her neck, where he licked and kissed her soft cream fur.
Ooh.
She moved her hoof further up his neck to let him do so. Then he moved back up and once again began to kiss her. This was the greatest moment in their lives. They found love. They knew who they belonged with, who would be there for the other during the darkest times, who would live with them forever, care for them forever, and love them forever. They broke apart. They were both breathing heavily and were sweating. That was amazing, Zoe sighed. I've never felt so happy in my life. Rudolph licked her cheek, making a pleasant chill run down Zoe's spine.
Zoe?
Oh,
To be honest, you're the one that I want. I have loved you since I first met you.
Zoe could feel her eyes water. Well, you're not alone. That made Rudolph's heart jump in happiness. He rolled off of her and sat in front of the fire, as did Zoe. Rudolph, you're not going to act like Arrow, are you? He chuckled.
Zoe, you know the answer to that. I'd never be a jerk. I'd never be one to you.
Zoe nuzzled her face into his neck, and he placed his hoof around her head and held her there, both feeling the warmth of the other. Then Zoe was overcome by a sense of panic. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
Rudolph asked, concerned. She pulled away. What will my parents think? They'll kill me when they find out that I've had you come over here. They might kill you if they found out we kissed. We might never see each other again.
Don't worry, you can tell them. I'm sure they'll approve of our relationship.
At that moment, Zoe's parents, Nigel and Gina, walked in.
Great.
And this
beautiful.
is an author's note. Well, someone had to give them names.
Brilliant.
They were surprised to see the couple there. Well, what have we got here? Nigel said in a sly tone. Zoe rolled her eyes and sighed. Papa. Do you mind telling us what's going on here? Gina raised an eyebrow. I'm giving them British accents.
Well, they are Nigel and Gina.
Yeah, I know. Zoe took a deep breath. Okay, Rudolph and I, we're in love with each other. It got quiet. Then her father smirked. About time! What? The couple asked in unison. Oh, don't act dumb, you two! Nigel laughed. I knew you'd get together someday. Rudolph looked at Zoe with the biggest smile on his face. Come on, Gina, Nigel said. Let's give the two some time alone. They went into the other room.
Honestly, I was waiting for that to happen.
Rudolph looked back at Zoe.
Well, I guess we're safe.
Zoe gave him a small kiss. I guess we are. And the two leaned into each other and sat in front of the fire, filling their hearts with warmth. The end.
Amazing.
Aww. That was sweet and also so bizarre.
I didn't mean that I expected you to fuck up on the accents. I just was thinking, God, this is complicated. She's doing 10 different voices. I couldn't imagine. I was like... It's a lot of balls you're juggling. I appreciate that.
I was attracted to the story with the tenderness of the story and there's just the genuine longing that these two reindeer had for each other. I was just I especially liked the is this gonna end up like Arrow situation? Because I mean, it's Rudolph. Like, how could he's not even in the same category as that idiot? So
true.
Anyway, yeah. Thanks.
Well
thanks so much,
done.
you guys.
Well
Yeah,
done.
really well done. Loved the voices.
Good choice.
It's so disturbing to picture reindeer wrapping their hooves and legs around each other.
Yeah.
Four legs around each other.
Yeah, like
Cream
things are like-
fur. That threw me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, right. These
Cream fur. Just those two words together. Really
Creamed fur.
Cream fur. I was like, oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Very funny
Yeah.
though.
Once I kind of made the connection that like his nose could have been his dick, it got a lot
Real
spicier.
weird. Yeah. Like, yeah, you were like, his nose was in her face at one point.
Yeah, and it was shining and
Shining right in her face. Yeah, I was like, oh boy. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what that means.
Been there, girl, you know? I'm saying?
When there's a shiny red nose in your face and you're like, well, you know, I'm already here. I might as well.
Might as well boop it. Boop that nose.
Yeah, might as well boop that nose.
Boop that snoot.
Can that be the title of this episode, please?
Boop that snoot?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll work it in somewhere.
Great.
That'll be the tagline.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I spent so much of that reading out of breath laughing at his voice. It was so upsetting to me.
Yeah, that was hard to hear. Yeah.
It was so accurate.
I was just like, I'm glad it stayed like kind of, you know, just sort of sweet and vanilla, because if that got any more explicit and, we heard him saying anything dirty in that voice.
Yeah, it was so earnest.
It
was so earnest. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be a good little bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spit on it a little.
Oh no!
This doesn't
That's the worst
usually
thing I've ever
happen.
said.
I'm just tired from pulling the sleigh.
Pulling the sleigh. It happens to a lot of guys. I read it on
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Probably happened to Arrow.
WebMD? I don't know. What would be the appropriate place to find that information?
Just Google.
I guess
Something
just
a little more
Google.
general, yeah.
Sled MD.
Oh,
Yeah,
Very
there
good.
it is.
there.
Very
Well
good,
done, well
Chris.
done.
Thank you.
There it is. On that note, let's move on to our second bonus game. This is my favorite game to play on the show, and it is called Fill That Gap. How it works is I'm going to read the beginning of a line from a story that I found on fanfiction.net, and I would like you all to take a crack at completing the line, filling in the back half of the sentence. Because this is our Holly Jolly episode, every line that we have is not necessarily going to have Christmassy stuff in it, but every story that I source these from did have Christmas in the title.
Sure, Paul. Sure.
It did!
We're not gonna check.
All right. Our first story, our first line is from a story called Merry Christmas. And the line begins, "Fiery passion filled the onyx and emerald eyes as they looked at each other. Severus blank." So where do we think that goes?
Severus.
Onyx and
Severus.
emerald eyes. So I'm thinking this is like a Severus and Lily kind of thing.
Could be.
That's very interesting.
Well, you have identified that it is Harry Potter.
That's why I'm not getting it.
Are you not a Potter fan? None of us
Yes,
should be
no.
at this point,
I mean,
but
yes.
Are you not? Have you never been?
I've never been and will never be.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh,
Lucky.
Yeah, I have no breakup to go through. So can you say it one more time for me, Paul? Just now that I know that.
Yeah. Fiery passion filled the onyx and emerald eyes as they looked at each other. Severus blank.
Let's say Severus used his magic to
Yeah.
lift the whomever the other person is into the air and directly into a 69.
I love it.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
That's a great story. I love that.
It's so...
I'm gonna say Severus said like Accio panties or something.
Wow. I'm into it. Whatever it is, I'm into it.
Just to get lewd. Yeah, Accio panties directly into a 69. What Erin said.
Right.
Okay, so also going directly into a 69.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Severus ejacked in his robes and went, oopsie.
Oh yeah. Eject. Oh yeah. Eject. Eject. That's great.
Okay. How the line actually reads is, "Fiery passion filled the onyx and emerald eyes as they looked at each other. Severus picked Harry up, bridal style, and carried him to the bedroom as he felt his pants grow tighter."
Bridal style. That's funny.
I picked that excerpt just because of bridal style. I thought that was a very...
Bridal style.
It's like funny.
Yeah,
I
but
thought that was
she's
a really
not though,
excellent
is
turn of
she?
phrase.
It's not that. It doesn't work that way, innit?
In it.
I think the credit is going to go to Chris on this one.
What?
Well,
I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I'll take it.
as much as I love the magical 69ing,
Thanks.
in Chris, in yours, Severus at least still had his clothes on, much like he did in this. So,
Yeah, no,
I'm
we
gonna give
had
that
a
one to
hard
you.
edit. Erin and I.
Yeah, they just directly went to
It's
hardcore
like
sex scene.
sometimes in those porns where it's like, you know, hey, my faucet's broken, and then it just cuts directly.
Jump cut.
Yeah, I hate those. I really do. I'm one of those people where I'm just like, come on. Like,
That's when it more looks like a preview for another porn than an actual porn. You're like, am I seeing the short version? And it's like, no, that's just that shit storytelling.
How am I supposed to follow this?
Yeah, God, the narrative arc.
Got to invest in the characters, and they're cutting out all that development. I do like picking Harry Potter excerpts for this game because J.K. Rowling can eat me, and if in any way goes out into the universe and bothers her that I'm doing anything like this, then all the better.
Yeah.
So let's go on to our second line for Fill That Gap. This is a wrestling story called Christmas Miracle. Which I'm happy to say, this was written by Billion Dollar Bitch.
Love that for her.
That's me.
It was published in 2013, if you did want to go look this story up, because I thought this was actually like a really funny, well-written story. So the line begins, "I've never been with another guy before," CM Punk mumbles, then looks away. "It's nothing to be embarrassed about, but if there's any guy you're gonna be with, blank."
It should be one that knows how to rock your ass.
Big Show, baby. He's called Big for a reason.
Okay.
That's my final
answer. It's gotta be Big Show, because he's called Big for a reason.
Yeah.
Glenys has submitted that it's gotta be someone who knows how to rock your ass.
Rock your ass. And I quote...
Could that be a reference to The Rock?
Oh,
yes. Yeah, I meant it. Yeah,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, it has to be someone who knows how to Hulk Hogan your ass.
There you
go. Okay. Wait, read the first, the line leading up to it again.
Absolutely. "I've never been with another guy before," CM Punk mumbles, then looks away. "It's nothing to be embarrassed about, but if there's any guy you're gonna be with..."
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? I don't know what... I don't know wrestling or sentence structure. So I'm just going to go with... I'm going to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin is a good choice.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is a good choice. All right. The line actually reads, "I've never been with another guy before," CM Punk mumbles, then looks away. "It's nothing to be embarrassed about, but if there's any guy you're gonna be with, John Cena's the guy." And Punk actually fucking has him.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So again, that story is called Christmas Miracle by Billion Dollar Bitch, and I actually urge people to go look that one up, because it really did make me laugh. It was great.
It sounds magical.
It does.
Yeah. And actually, yeah, Glenys there reminded me of Hulk Hogan. I should bring more Hulk Hogan onto this show as well, because he's a piece of shit too. If anything I do pisses him off, then again,
wait, is he really? Wait, I've been out of the loop on Hulk Hogan.
Ooh, yeah.
Cancel T.
Yeah, turns
Can
out.
someone fill me in, please, as to what his crime was?
Turns out that he's a big ol' racist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it is so easy for me to stop caring about people.
That's all right. I mean, Hulk Hogan's probably not somebody I imagine you cared a lot about.
He's not top of my list.
Yeah, it didn't occupy much of your...
No, exactly.
Much of your
but
heart.
I mean, I regard most people with a uniform fondness. But if it's somebody that I followed for a long time and they found out they did something bad, I can very easily just send them a lot of hate mail.
All right. Well, hopefully our third line here doesn't sort of bring up anything horrible or bring up any bad people. This one is from an X-Men story called "Merry Christmas, My Sexy Wolverine."
Aww.
The line reads, "Marie looked at Logan and said, 'Merry Christmas, my sexy Wolverine.' And after saying that, Logan began blank."
I want to say, this is not doing the sentence structure any justice, but okay. I wanted to say Wolverine's claws instantly emerged from his flesh. You know what I mean? Like those were his 10 little boners.
Like 10 little boners.
He gets
Oh, that would've been
aroused
really-
when that happens.
That would have been great if that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I thought Wolverine only had the 3 claws per hand.
Yeah, Erin.
Not,
So it's only 6
not
little
to,
boners.
not to catch Erin with her ass out, but
Are you guys still flirting?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's ongoing. Yep.
we're just having some banter. We're just grafting at the moment. You know what I mean?
That's a third brilliant English accent on the evening for Glenys.
Oh, the accents.
Oh my god, I've been working on them.
Does anybody else have a suggestion of what Logan may have begun to do?
I do. Logan begun to smoke a cigar, and he looked up and said, "All right, how about it, bud? You want to bang this one out?" The end.
The end.
The end. Oh, the end. I like that. The end.
The end. That's the end of the story.
Hard cut to the credits.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's funny.
Glenys, do you have one?
Yeah, for sure. So Wolverine starts jogging in place, and like jumping around because he's like, if I can't expel this sexual energy, you're not gonna like what I do next.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow.
All right. Well, let's see. The actual line reads, Marie looked at Logan and said, "Merry Christmas, my sexy Wolverine." And after saying that, Logan began to thrust into her. The great ecstasy was enough to make both of them explode.
Wow.
Talk about a jump edit. All right, so I'm picturing them fully clothed in like winter forest wilderness kind of thing.
Well, I actually have the story pulled up, and I can tell you at least what Rogue is wearing.
Seems like nothing.
Well, yeah, at that point. It says, Logan turned around to find that Marie had been hiding behind his door. She then slipped her robe off, revealing a red lace bra with green trim and matching bottoms.
Aww.
Saucy.
Oh my god.
Because Christmas, so she's wearing Christmas color
That's
lingerie.
really sweet.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
That she like put in that effort.
Yeah.
Another
think
couple
that's very
excerpts
cute.
that I really loved from this, which were, he hooked his fingers on her panties and slid them off, anxious to play with his new present. He turned Marie over and slowly penetrated her.
That's kind of romantic.
Slowly.
Slowly.
And then how it ends actually did really throw me for a loop, which is Marie then leaned forward and passionately kissed him. "Well, did you like your present?" "I loved it, Marie," he answered. Marie then smirked and said, "If you loved this one so much, just wait until next year." "What?" Logan said. And that's just the end.
That's funny.
Next year he can put it in the bag.
Yeah, there you go. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul, can you send me the link to that one after this?
Absolutely.
I need to know.
You got it.
When is it being updated?
Just updating your browser every day. When?
Yeah, that's
funny.
Merry Christmas, My Sexy Wolverine by Hazel Hype.
Cute.
Published in 2009.
Good job, Hazel Hype.
It's 11 years ago.
Woof.
Yeah.
And it's still current, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's timeless tale.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Interesting that I wouldn't have been allowed to read that when it was written, but now I'm on a podcast about it in the present day.
I mean, the podcast isn't just about this story, but
No,
I mean,
I understand.
we're dedicating a lot of time to it.
I just thought that was interesting. Anyway,
You're not wrong.
yeah.
Cool. I don't really remember what everybody's suggestion was for this line, but I guess I'll give the point to Erin because of 10 little boners. That made me laugh. So I think this one is a tie between Erin and Chris at the end of that.
Boners.
Those are our bonus games for this episode, but we've got one more thing to sway everybody's opinion, and that is our final story of the day, brought to us by Erin Pim. So, Erin, please, yeah.
Without further ado.
Without further ado.
Well, my story is a Nightmare Before Christmas story, which, unfortunately, I wrote. So...
Say unfortunately.
It's fun. I'll say this beforehand. My husband wrote the blowline, so the very end of the story was co-authored by my husband, Matt McCready. So here we are. Oh, there's no title. Oh, well.
Title it right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
make it up now.
Yeah. Sally's Shitty Basket.
Oh my god.
I cannot wait.
Okay.
That's the best.
All right. Sally spent all afternoon making a special potion for Jack and dreamily pours the concoction into a small green bottle. The tattered doll lovingly chooses the least deteriorating of her wicker baskets and places the bottle cozily inside. She sneaks out of her room and begins violently stumbling towards Jack's mansion, both because her leg stitches probably needed to be tightened and the fact that Tim Burton doesn't allow right angles in any of his designs. She pauses in the disturbed dirt, glancing up at his tower, only for a moment before tossing a rope, creating a pulley-like system for her shitty basket. Why she is so familiar with this place is because she is basically Jack's stalker, and has been known to regularly fall asleep in his garden. It's not dangerous, though, because she is very cute. She yanks the rope with all of her might, but ultimately, she is a doll that only weighs a couple of pounds, so the basket takes over 3 solid hours to ascend completely up to his window. When it finally arrives, the wind blows her crazy present against the glass, and luckily, the tapping gets Jack's attention. He pokes his head out of the window, noticing the garbage basket, and I don't know why I harp on her basket so much. And immediately removes her intriguing potion. In a metaphor of premature ejaculation, the cork pops out quite unexpectedly. But what emerges is a pink smoke that slowly takes the shape of something quite magical indeed. Her pussy. The pink smoke dissipates from the air, leaving the two staring and starry-eyed, which is a figure of a speech, especially in this case, because Jack only has big empty eye sockets. Jack beckons her up with one of his weird bony fingers. A finger that Sally cannot wait to have inside her. She flies up the staircase and attempts to throw open his large, heavy bedroom door, but again struggles because of her literal lack of muscle. She searches for something to knock with and ends up clicking a button against the door for almost an hour before Jack notices.
Sally's having like a really rough time. It's just so sad.
She didn't have anything else going on.
It's very late at this point. When Sally finally gets into his bedroom, she proclaims, "Bone me, Jack." "I will fuck you raggedy and endily," he responds. Okay, Matt wrote that line too. With that, Jack attempts to peel off his pinstripe suit, which he needs a lot of help with, because if you've ever tried to take off a pair of non-stretch skinny jeans, you know what I'm talking about. His whole outfit is like that. Sally's clothes are very worn rags, and they coincidentally fall off her body at this very moment. What goes on from here on out basically looks like a spider trying to revive its lifeless prey. is either very pointy or soft and weird. Let's start with the Pumpkin King, whose bones clack together unsettlingly as he tries to scoop Sally up in his long, sharp digits. She falls through them like a handful of sand. There is no penis or other bits of flesh to be found because Jack is a literal 10-foot skeleton. But he sure likes fisting. Sally, on the other hand, is made of old doll stuffing housed by a tattered cotton shell. Her seams gape open at the slightest suggestion of movement, and the two lovers soon discover that any hole pretty much feels like the same. The threading along her shoulder loosens. Fisted. A patch peels open along her stomach. Fisted. One of her legs falls off entirely. Fisted. Don't worry, Sally's totally into it. The yarn of her hair whips attractively in the moonlight, like a toy that is being shaken by an angry dog. Gasps of "Eviscerate me, Bone Daddy" can be heard all throughout Halloween Town. The whole ordeal is done in about 8 seconds flat.
Wow.
At the end of it, Sally has literally been fucked inside out.
Oh no.
Regardless, she seductively lights a cigarette from her place splayed out on the concrete floor, while Jack retrieves some of her more important body parts from around the room. That cigarette smells kind of funny, Jack asks. Is it clove? No, she responds. It's human sperm. The end. You're welcome.
Wow.
Oh my god, well done.
Oh, that was
So just to be
brilliant.
clear, Matt wrote the human sperm thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yes.
have wanted to give that credit to the wrong person.
And also ragged, I put "I'll fuck you ragged," insinuating Raggedy Andy or Raggedy, but Matt was like, no, just say "I'll fuck you raggedy and handedly." And I was like, no, you're right, that is better. Why be subtle,
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really love this. I loved the imagery. I loved how chaotic it all was. How somebody looking in from the outside would have no fucking idea what is happening.
Fisted. That's going on a t-shirt.
Fisted.
I just love
Entire leg
anybody sure
falls
loves
off.
fisting.
Fisted.
He doesn't have
Don't
a dick.
worry, Sally loves it. Like that was great.
Don't
I love
worry.
the kind of like reassurance of consent.
Sally's
Like,
into
hey, chill out. She's cool.
Hey, I am a sex
spider
educator, so I want to make
Trying
sure.
to revive its lifeless prey.
That was fun to
Wow.
write, I must say.
That was
Well done.
I'm glad you liked it.
My
that
God.
was the perfect kind of awful. Thank you.
You're
I love
welcome.
that so much. Well,
Sally's
On that
shitty
note-
basket, everyone.
Sally's shitty basket.
I kind of like that title because it's kind of a metaphor
great, yeah.
for a pussy. Like it's it's a vessel, right? A basket,
yep.
and she's as tattered as her basket. So I'm gonna stick with that title,
Oh,
that
man.
impromptu title.
All right. Well, that's our final story of the day, and the only thing that we have left to do is to all choose our winners. So we're going to go around in a circle. We're going to say who we think is the champion of today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
And let's start with Chris. Chris, who do you think is today's winner?
Honestly, I was really ready to give it to Glenys because of the voices. They really stayed with me long after.
Mm.
But I gotta say, Erin's story really kept me on my toes. Like I pictured, like when the pink smoke came out of the bottle, you kind of automatically think it's going to be the shape of a heart.
Yeah.
But then it was her pussy, and that's when I knew I was giving my point to Erin.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent. Erin, how about you? What do you think?
Oh, I have to go with Glenys with those accents. The accent work alone. I literally don't know how she managed it.
I didn't, as the answer.
Yeah, I guess you didn't.
She actually had the actors from the show.
No, it was like full commitment. Like the commitment of each of those characters was just so impressive. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Erin.
You're so welcome.
Glenys, who do you think was today's winner?
Yeah, kind of akin to Chris. I didn't think I would be able to beat Bakugan Boy. But the dog flailing around a toy.
Yeah.
I'm glad that resonated with people, you know?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, my vote is definitely for Erin on this one. Well done on all accounts. Really wish I knew you in the real times, in real life.
I mean,
And
we
also
can get a
we've been
coffee. Yeah,
flirting
like
the whole
let's.
night.
Yeah, we can like, you know.
So if I voted
can
for
be-
Chris, it would just be like,
It wouldn't make sense with the narrative of the overall
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. So we both got each other. Yep.
Do you want me to edit out that meta stuff right at the end there?
Yeah, sure.
No, leave it in.
No.
Leave it
No,
in.
no.
Leave it in.
Yeah.
My vote as well is going to have to go to Erin.
You guys,
I
too
mean-
kind.
That was horrifying.
Oh, I'm so glad. You know, sometimes when I'm in a room with comedians, I feel intimidated that I'm not funny because I'm not a comedian. So I really appreciate that you found it was funny. Thank you.
It was brilliant. It was so good.
Aw.
And I think you also won the bonus games, so I think a resounding
Jesus
victory.
Christ.
Time to declare that the winner of our Christmas episode, Holly Jolly, is Erin Pim.
Yeah. Congrats, Erin. Well deserved.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And smoke it.
Smoke
Oh.
it with your human sperm.
Yep.
Yeah, put that in your weird smelling cigarette. Semen cigarette. Hashtag semen cigarette.
Let's not. Well,
Keep it in, Paul.
yeah, we'll hashtag it.
Oh, thank you. That's very
Oh.
sweet of you all.
So good. Before we say our goodbyes, does anybody have any projects, things that they would like to name check, remind our audience of?
Get TikTok.
Download the TikTok app.
Yeah, I know what
Everybody
I'm
get
doing.
TikTok. It's amazing. You can follow me. I have 2 videos up. Yeah, I do. I'm only crafting now. So follow my embroidery page. It's Pinhead Embroidery at Needly. Thanks so much. I can make you gifts for your loved ones.
Beautiful. Chris?
Watch Dash and Lily on Netflix this holiday season. It's very cute.
Oh my god, I love it. My mom and I are watching that.
Yeah, I watched it with my parents.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tip, Chris.
It's so cheesy, but in such a great way. It's like I can't describe it. But anyways, no, I've got nothing I'm working on that I want to promote.
Okay.
Also, Paul, no offense, but I'm not sharing this around to my friends or family, probably.
Aw. I mean, some of them.
I mean, understandable.
Maybe some of them, the weird ones, but yeah, no. But thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for having me on the podcast. I do
Sure,
appreciate it.
anytime.
Anytime. Never again.
Erin, anything you would like to...
I mean, you know, nobody's up to anything, but I do a podcast as well. So I do the Bedpost podcast. You can find it wherever around. It's everywhere. I've been doing it for like 6 years. It's around. You'll find it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, all three of you. Glenys Marshall, Christopher Seeney, and our champion this week, Erin Pim.
Oh my.
Big congratulations to you. So this episode is going to be coming out, I believe, if I'm remembering right, the 18th. And then after that, we're going to be off for a couple weeks because the Friday after that is Christmas, and the Friday after that is New Year's Day. So this is going to be our last episode for a couple of weeks, but we're going to be right back to work after that. So stay tuned, subscribe, and actually this is our first episode that is being recorded now that The Pen is Mightier is officially under the umbrella of the Podcavern, the podcast network, with some great shows like the Improv Punch-Up and Talkin' Tongue and Disney Dummies, and it's really exciting to be presented alongside those shows. So if you're already subscribed to this show, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's fantastic.
If you're already subscribed to the show, nothing is going to change for you. You'll be able to find it in all the same places, but you'll also be able to find it at podcavern.com. So with that said, thank you again to all of my guests for coming and reading such brilliant, wonderful stories. And we'll see you in a few weeks on the next episode of The Pen is Mightier. Happy holidays and a happy new year to everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.